friends, it's Miss Piggy with the New Children's Museum. I hope you all are doing well today. I'm excited to be here to create art with you all. And today's project is called Deep, which is inspired by Sister Outsider, a collection of essays and speeches by Andre Lorde. So today's project is going to be a visual representation on one of her quotes that I will read right now. These places of possibility within ourselves are dark because they are ancient and hidden. They have survived and grown strong through that darkness. Within these deep places, each one of us holds an incredible reserve of creativity and power, of unexamined and unrecorded emotion and feeling. So that's the quote for today. And what you're going to do is you're going to take some time to reflect and think about what this quote might mean to you. You could think about what are some hidden and ancient powers that you have yet to learn or maybe discover. Maybe you could think about what deep places look like for you. So you can tie in your own symbolism and your own artistic take on that quote. So before we take a look at some of our supplies that we might be using today, if you can find your blank cardstock canvas, this is what you'll be creating your visual representation on. And from here, it's up to you what materials you would like to explore with, whether it be markers, watercolor, a pen, a Sharpie maybe. For me, I'm probably going to explore with some collage materials. So I have some tissue paper, and I also have some construction paper. So it's some hues of blue. I have some black in there. I have a glue stick, some scissors, and I actually made a glue and water mixture with just water, glue, and I'm stirring it with my paintbrush so that I can collage some materials onto my canvas later. So depending on how you interpret the quote, you will explore and create your art piece with the materials that you are drawn to. For me, when I read this quote, I think of the ocean and how deep the ocean goes. We don't even know, really. And how dark it is. But at the same time, I feel like when I think of the ocean, how beautiful it is down there where we can't even see. So my interpretation is going to be a symbolic connection with the ocean. So from here, I'm just going to explore with different shapes and layering of textures. So feel free to create with me in your own way. I'll just go along and show you my process as we create together. All right. I'm probably going to start with this teal color on the top. And then from there, I'm going to try to represent a gradient of blues from light to dark. You could even use your pen to create shapes. You could even do a freehand cut or a freehand tear if you're using paper. So now that I drew all my lines, I'm going to start by cutting them out. So after you cut, if you are cutting, you can kind of look at your papers and arrange them in any way that you feel you need to. And from there, you could begin to glue all your layers down right onto your canvas. Feel free to cut and trim as needed. And from here, I'm just layering all my shades of blue right over. So right now I just layered all my different colors. If you notice the imperfections, it's not flat and it's not completely covered. But this is the part where I'm going to actually just go ahead and take my canvas and I'm going to layer the entire piece with my glue and water mixture. So this is a great way to kind of seal in your artwork. And always feel free to add more glue as needed. I feel like it's going to give a cool texture too once it dries. And I'm kind of interested and curious about the layers that actually pop up and aren't completely glued down, because I feel like it will give off dimension and depth that I think will be interesting. So once I've covered my whole entire canvas, don't feel like you need to put too much water because you don't want it to rip. But if it rips, that's okay. You could always add some more glue later. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the edges so that it's flush. Or if you want, you could even fold it back and glue that down. It's up to you. But I'm going to just explore with cutting off the edges. You could even do this after it dries as well. So it's up to you. So here's my final piece, friends. I hope you all enjoyed your time, and I hope you had a chance to reflect on your own ancient and hidden powers of creativity. Thank you, friends, for joining me today. Take care.